Do you know who was Yazid and how he got the power? The man behind the tragedy of Karbala? Let me take you back to 645 AD, to the birth of Yazid ibn Muawiyah. Born into the powerful Umayyad family, Yazid was the son of the first Umayyad Caliph, Muawiyah. His life was one of privilege and power, but it was also steeped in controversy. Fast forward to 680 AD, when Yazid became the second Umayyad Caliph. His ascension to power was anything but smooth. Unlike his father, Yazid's rule was marked by accusations of tyranny and oppression. People whispered about his ruthlessness and his disregard for the principles of justice and equality that were the bedrock of Islamic teachings. Yazid's leadership style was a stark contrast to the ideals of Prophet Muhammad, where the Prophet, peace be upon him, emphasized compassion, fairness, and equality. Yazid's rule was often seen as harsh and unjust. His policies stirred unrest and discontent among the people, creating a climate of fear and resentment. One of the most significant and fateful decisions Yazid made was demanding allegiance from Imam Hussain, the grandson of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. This demand was a pivotal moment. Imam Hussain, known for his unwavering commitment to truth and justice, refused to pledge allegiance to a ruler he believed was unjust and oppressive. This refusal set the stage for a conflict that would resonate throughout history. Yazid's insistence on securing Imam Hussein's allegiance led to the tragic events of Karbala. In a land far from the political power centers, a small group of Hussein's loyal followers faced Yazid's massive army. It was a battle not just of swords but of ideals. Justice against tyranny, truth against falsehood. The events of Karbala were more than just a clash of armies. They were a powerful statement about standing up for what is right, no matter the odds. The martyrdom of Imam Hussain and his followers became a symbol of resistance against oppression and injustice. Yazid's rise to power was not just a political transition, it was a spark that ignited unrest. In 680 AD, Yazid inherited the caliphate from his father Muawiyah under a cloud of controversy. Many questioned the legitimacy of Yazid's rule. Unlike his father, Yazid lacked the qualities of a respected leader. His policies and actions often contradicted Islamic values, leading to widespread discontent among the people, and he knew it. Yazid's leadership style was a stark contrast to the principles of justice, fairness, and compassion that were the bedrock of Islamic teachings. Where Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, emphasized these values, Yazid's rule was seen as harsh and unjust. His actions stirred unrest and resentment among the people, creating a climate of fear and dissent. One of the most significant and fateful decisions Yazid made was demanding allegiance from Imam Hussain, the grandson of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. This demand was a pivotal moment. Imam Hussain, known for his unwavering commitment to truth and justice, refused to pledge allegiance to a ruler he believed was unjust and oppressive. This refusal set the stage for a conflict that would resonate throughout history. Yazid's insistence on securing Imam Hussein's allegiance led to the tragic events of Karbala. It was quite an astonishing blunder what he was planning next. In a land far from the political power centers, a small group of Hussein's loyal followers faced Yazid's massive army. It was a battle not just of swords, but of ideals. Justice against tyranny, truth against falsehood. The events of Karbala were more than just a clash of armies. They were a powerful statement about standing up for what is right, no matter the odds. The martyrdom of Imam Hussain and his followers became a symbol of resistance against oppression and injustice. The sacrifice of Imam Hussain at Karbala is a poignant reminder of the costs of standing up for one's principles. The aftermath of Karbala had profound implications for the Islamic world. It was a moment that galvanized the followers of Imam Hussain and inspired countless others to resist tyranny. The tragedy of Karbala remains a powerful symbol of the struggle for justice and truth, transcending time and place. Yazid's rise to power remains one of the most controversial chapters in Islamic history. His rule and the events of Karbala continue to be a source of reflection and inspiration for millions around the world. Ever wondered how Yazid rose to the seat of power? Let me uncover some hidden facts. It all began with his father Muawiyah, the first Umayyad Caliph, who was known for his political maneuvers. Muawiyah was a good strategist, skilled in dealing with the complex political landscape of his time. However, he made a decision that would ripple through history. He broke tradition by naming his son Yazid as his successor, bypassing the usual consultative process. Islam doesn't teach this. This move was highly controversial. Traditionally, the selection of a caliph involved a shura, a consultative council that would choose the leader based on merit and consensus. By naming Yazid, Muawiyah disrupted this process, sparking immediate opposition from many quarters. Respected leaders, including Imam Hussain, openly questioned Yazid's credibility to lead. They saw him as lacking the qualities of truth, justice, piety, and wisdom that were essential for the role. Despite the resistance, Muawiyah's political influence ensured Yazid's succession. Muawiyah was not just a caliph, but a seasoned politician who had spent years consolidating power and building alliances. His influence was enough to quell immediate rebellion, but it came at a cost. The unrest simmered beneath the surface, creating a volatile situation that Yazid would inherit. Yazid's ascent to the caliphate marked a turning point. He was not the leader his father was, and his approach to governance only fueled the existing discontent. Where Muawiyah had used diplomacy and strategic marriages to maintain control, Yazid relied more on force and intimidation. This heavy-handed approach did little to win him favor among the people or the respected leaders who had opposed his succession. The demand for allegiance from Imam Hussain was a critical moment. Imam Hussain refused to recognize Yazid's authority, standing firm in his belief that Yazid's rule was illegitimate and unjust. This refusal was not just a personal stand, but a profound statement against tyranny and corruption. The opposition to Yazid's rule set the stage for one of the most pivotal events in Islamic history, the tragedy of Karbala. It was in Karbala that Imam Hussain and his 72 family members made their last stand against Yazid's forces. Their sacrifice became a symbol of resistance against oppression and a beacon of hope for justice and truth. The events leading to Karbala were deeply rooted in the way Yazid came to power. His rise was not just a story of political succession, but a catalyst for change that would echo through the ages. Yazid's rule took a dark turn that would leave a lasting mark on history. After ascending to power, Yazid quickly showed his true colors, ruling with an iron fist and imposing harsh policies. His leadership was characterized by a ruthless approach to maintaining control, often disregarding the principles of justice and compassion that were core to Islamic governance. Yazid's regime was marked by widespread fear and injustice. Anyone who dared to oppose Yazid faced brutal consequences, creating an atmosphere of terror throughout the caliphate. His administration was quick to silence dissent, employing intimidation, imprisonment, and even execution to quash any signs of rebellion. The oppressive environment stifled voices of reason and justice, leading many to live in constant fear. But amidst this tyranny, a spark of resistance began to grow. Imam Hussain, the beloved grandson of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, emerged as a beacon of hope for those yearning for justice. He was deeply troubled by the state of the caliphate under Yazid's rule and could not stand by while the values of Islam were being trampled upon. Imam Hussain refused to acknowledge Yazid's authority, understanding that doing so would legitimize a regime built on oppression and injustice. His stand against Yazid's oppressive rule was not just a personal act of defiance, but a profound statement against tyranny. Imam Hussain believed that true leadership required adherence to principles of justice, compassion, and integrity, values that Yazid blatantly disregarded. This courageous stand set the stage for one of the most significant resistances in Islamic history. Imam Hussain and a small group of loyal followers chose to confront Yazid's vast army, knowing well the dangers they faced. Their journey to Karbala was a testament to their unwavering commitment to justice and their willingness to sacrifice everything for the greater good. The resistance led by Imam Hussain culminated in the tragic but heroic events of Karbala. Despite being vastly outnumbered and facing insurmountable odds, Imam Hussain and his companions stood firm in their beliefs. Their martyrdom became a powerful symbol of resistance against tyranny and a rallying cry for justice and truth. Yazid's rule, though marked by cruelty and fear, inadvertently highlighted the unbreakable spirit of those who stood against him. The legacy of Imam Hussain and the Battle of Karbala continue to inspire generations, reminding us that standing up against oppression, even in the face of certain death, is a noble and righteous path. The clash between Yazidi forces and Imam Hussain marked the beginning of a historic tragedy. Yazid demanded allegiance from Imam Hussain, the revered grandson of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. But Imam Hussain refused to support a tyrant. His refusal was not just a personal stand, but a declaration of his commitment to uphold the values of justice and righteousness. Imam Hussain stood firm against Yazid's oppression, declaring that he would not bow to an unjust ruler. Yazid's character was opposite to what a Muslim leader should embody. Where Islam teaches compassion, justice, and humility, Yazid's rule was characterized by tyranny and fear. Imam Hussain could not in good conscience give his allegiance to such a man. How brave Imam Hussain was. This refusal ignited a fierce conflict, with Yazid determined to crush any opposition and Imam Hussain resolute in his stand for justice. Yazid saw Imam Hussain not just as a political threat, but as a symbol of resistance that needed to be eradicated to maintain his grip on power. On the other hand, Imam Hussain was motivated by a profound sense of duty to protect the true values of Islam and to stand up against oppression, regardless of the cost. Imam Hussain was not fighting for power, but for truth, and to save the real Islamic values. His stand was a testament to his unwavering faith and commitment to the principles of Islam. He knew that true leadership was not about ruling over others, but about serving justice and maintaining integrity. His journey to Karbala was marked by this unyielding resolve. The battle that ensued in Karbala was brutal and heartbreaking. Imam Hussain and his small band of followers faced Yazid's vast and well-equipped army. Despite the overwhelming odds, they fought with unparalleled bravery and conviction. Each moment of the battle was a testament to their unbreakable spirit and their dedication to the cause of justice. What a sacrifice it was! Imam Hussain and his followers knew that they were likely marching to their deaths, but they did so with the belief that their martyrdom would shine a light on the injustices of Yazid's rule and inspire future generations to stand against tyranny. Their courage and sacrifice have left an indelible mark on history. The events of Karbala have become a powerful symbol of resistance and the fight for justice. Imam Hussein's stand against Yazid's tyranny serves as a reminder of the importance of standing up for what is right, no matter the cost. His sacrifice continues to inspire millions around the world to fight for truth and justice. Join us in our in-depth Karbala series to explore the profound impact of this historic clash. Understand the motivations of those involved and learn how the legacy of Imam Hussain continues to resonate today. Discover the true meaning of sacrifice and the enduring power of standing up against oppression. I hope you will learn a lot from this episode. Like, share and subscribe for future.